G'day YouTube, Wooly here. Just want to cover a few things today. I want to talk about, well, first of all, the sort of aftermath of the four finally surrendering, giving themselves in, whichever way you want to look at it. There's been a bit of controversy on how they did it and who was involved. Now, Gavin Syme, I don't think he's on the dark side, but I don't think he fully respected the wishes of those that were there. You know, they were talked down, and they could have done that weeks and weeks ago if that was the route that they wanted to take. You know, for them it was liberty or death, and they wanted to make a stand, and you know that's why they were there. They weren't given the option to leave without charges, so they weren't willing to leave with charges. And I guess I got talked down at the end of the day, and you know I wouldn't like to have been the person on the phone with them, to be honest with you. I was pretty on edge the whole time listening to that situation. So I think Gavin Syme you know, talked him down for himself more than for the cause. And you know, in hindsight, I guess things could have been done differently, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. Lavoy Finicum, well, you know, what a tragedy. What's even happened to him after he's gone, and people saying the things that they're saying, and mainstream media labelling him a terrorist. And the thing is, you know, they get away with it. This is the thing. And the elite know that they have the majority on their side with the media. They can put a story across however they want to. And up until now, they're getting away with it. But what I'd like to also say is, I've been on YouTube since 2006, basically when it started, really. But I never really posted anything until around about 2008, 2009. And I was following all the bigger channels. Enough Respect, if anyone can remember that. Remember that guy? He put out some really good stuff, and he woke a lot of people up. But then I went away from YouTube for a couple of years, and now I'm back. And what I have noticed is, and what I think's refreshing, is there's a lot of new faces that have only just opened up YouTube channels because of this recent event. And I think that's great. That's a sign of people waking up. It's also a sign of people that were awake, that weren't previously prepared to put themselves on video or put their views across. But this has been the tipping point and the turning point for a lot of people, and that's really encouraging. So if you're one of them people that have been on YouTube a long time, and you know how to upload a video and you know how to record a video, then I strongly suggest you do it and show other people that you're prepared to do it, and let people know what you've got to say. You know, be heard. You know, James D talks about that. This is your platform. This is your time to talk. You know, if things aren't going to happen there soon, then, you know, quite frankly, I think you're running out of time, and you're not going to have much opportunity to do anything. So now's the time. And again, I think it's just fantastic that so many new faces on YouTube, and we're all sort of banding together. We're sharing each other's, well, not so much myself, because the reason for that is I'm not on a landline situation, and here in Australia they charge us the earth for data, so I just don't have that ability to share everyone's stuff. But I am grateful for everyone sharing mine that's in a position that they can. But yeah, and it's just there's a whole new era of people on YouTube that are sharing the information, and I think it's great. While I'm on that, I just want to give a shout out to James D, JD, how are you, bro? And also Rich Guz, two new people that I've met on YouTube in recent weeks, and I'm proud to be associated with you guys. You're doing awesome work. And Rich, you going over to help Steve out on Saturday. Today it's Saturday here, but I know it's still Friday there. You going up there tomorrow, bro? You're just awesome, and you know, that's what it's all about. It's standing behind your fellow man. It's just you know, Rich has got 4 hours to go to get to this protest, this rally, and he's then going to stand there for 2 or 3 hours, and then he's going to drive all the way back. You know, that's a full day, and plus his expenses and everything. It's just, you know, he's not mentioning that, I'm mentioning that. It's just unbelievable, and I take my hat off to you, man. That's just awesome. You don't even know the guy, but it just doesn't matter. And you know, that's the spirit that needs to be alive there, and not to this a bay business by the government. Stand up for what's right. Now the question's been asked, what do you care over there in Australia? Why were you so involved? Well, not so involved, but why did you pay attention to the Oregon standoff and the stand against the United States federal government? Well, there's a good reason for that. Back in 2001, 36 Australians went down in that trade centre. I'm also born in England, and a lot more English people died in there too. So I have an interest on what the federal government, and everyone knows that it's an inside job, and that the federal government had a hand in that. I don't care what anybody says. The fact that they won't investigate it, the fact that they, you know, here they are in Oregon, they're crime scening this. It's going to be a crime scene for 2 or 3 weeks. Nothing was ever done there. Nothing happened there. If anything, they cleaned the place up. You know, but it's a crime scene for 2 or 3 weeks. Well, there was no crime scene on 9/11. All that rubble was shipped onto ships and shipped to China quicker than anything. No crime scene, no nothing. No investigations why 2 110-story buildings fall from heat. Just unbelievable. So that's my primary reason for my interest in things that are happening overseas, is because the New World Order is upon us. Agenda 21 is amongst us, and it's evident in my country. It's evident in your country. And the head of that operation is in the United States. So that's where my interest is, on why I'm interested in things in America, because it affects me here. My privacies have been stripped of me here because of what happened there. So anyone that says, oh, you know, you're a foreigner and you know, you should mind your own business, well, it is my business. The New World Order is my business. Agenda 21 is my business, and it's happening, and the head of that snake is in your country. So I'm interested. So you'll just have to excuse me for that. You know, something else I wanted to talk about, Pete Santilli. I've got a couple of questions for Pete when he can get out to answer them, or maybe somebody else can answer them for him. Eamon Bundy, or the Bundy brothers and a few others, Ryan Payne, and of course Lavoy Finicum, were all on their way to was it the Day Centre? Or anyway, they were up to Grant County for a meeting, and there was a big hall of people, and a few speakers, and the Grant County Sheriff Glenn Palmer was there. And so it was going to be quite a big deal, and I'm just wondering why Pete Santilli wasn't a part of that, as he was known to be the media guy for the standoff. Why wasn't he involved? Why didn't he go? Why was he live streaming from Burns where nothing was happening? When everything was all happening up in Grant County? That's my question there. And why wasn't Brandon Curtis up there with them as well? Why wasn't he part of the security of them going there? After all, that's what he was there for, right? So, yeah, I got my questions about that. But I guess the other thing was that's come to light is that phone call about asking the leaders of this to make a lateral move to get out of there because they were quite vulnerable, and the heavy build-up of FBI and military presence. So they were going to do a lateral move. Sorry, they were influenced to do a lateral move. They were asked and given the option to do it and offered protection and move to a county where there was a constitutional sheriff that would protect them, and there were ranchers prepared to stand up for them as well. Maybe that was taking place that day that Lavoie was taken out. Maybe that ambush was in position because they were making a lateral move. They didn't have their guns on them. They didn't have any of their belongings with them, but that could have all come up in another car on another day. My guess is, one of my guesses is that they were making that lateral move that day, and the FBI knew it, and they were putting a stop to it. It might have been, they made it known that they were going to this meeting, and that also could have been a cover-up for them making the lateral move. Who knows? Time will tell, maybe, maybe not. But that would answer why Pete Santilli wasn't involved in the coverage of it. And it would also explain why they decided to make their move, the FBI I'm talking about, why they decided to make their move when they did. So that's about it really that I've got to say on this video. Again, I think it's unreal that everyone's banding together there, and more people are coming on YouTube for the first time. I think it's awesome. We're all getting friendly with each other and getting to know each other, and putting your face on video helps, getting to know people. So I encourage anyone that hasn't done it again to get on there and do it. Just say how you feel. Just make your voice heard, and you'll get into the circle of people, share information. You'll keep up to date with what's going on through other people's videos, and it's a way of helping other people realise that what the federal government is doing to you all there is it's not constitutional, it's not right. You shouldn't fear your government. If you don't want to make a video because you're scared, then something's wrong about that. Anyway, that's it, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. All the best.